What's up, guys? My name is Zach, and today I'm driving a 2006 Ford E450 school bus. Up front is a 6.0 liter V8, and down below is a 5-speed automatic transmission. If you want to read more of my thoughts about a school bus, head on over to carmarshal.com/overdrive, where I'll write a complete article about it. But let's get back to the 6.0 liter. A lot of people call it the 6 blow. It's not really the favored diesel engine, but it is still a diesel and it still will run forever. All right, we're gonna put our foot down. Oh, it kicked down. Oh, we're doing 40 miles an hour.
Does that sound good?
It sounds good, but it's also terrifying because there's just so much weight. Now it's a diesel because it has to move all of this weight. This thing is huge. But honestly, it doesn't feel as big as you'd think while driving. It does kind of feel like I'm just driving a big old van, which I guess essentially I am. In the automatic, no real complaints here. It's a 5-speed, it does what it needs to do. It doesn't overheat on long trips, and that's really all I can ask for. Now the owner, Caleb, who's sitting in the back eating Portillo's, he bought it as a school bus, but has completely transformed it into a camper, essentially, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So Caleb bought this bus for, how much you buy it for, 6 grand?
It was like 55.
$5,500 for a school bus with, at the time, around 90,000 miles. I do have 2 huge side mirrors. There actually used to be more, but Caleb took them off. I don't know why I've now chosen to drive on the worst road in Illinois. A lot of things shake, a lot of things rattle. We have to have the windows down because the air conditioning does not work. It's a little sketchy to drive, if I'm honest. It doesn't feel big, it's so much. Think about driving your apartment. It's essentially what this feels like. All right, now we're gonna talk about the interior, which there's a bunch to talk about. But let's start off with my interior right now. In front of me, I have a couple different gauges: speedometer, tachometer, fuel, oil pressure, coolant temperature, and battery voltage. All very important, and that's really all the gauges I really need, to be honest. The steering wheel is blank. It has nothing on it, which I actually kind of like. It's not cluttered with a bunch of buttons. Then to the right of me, I have my air conditioning and heating controls, a couple vents, fan controls, and then an aftermarket radio, which is a necessity if you're gonna buy one of these. Then down below that, I have 4 cup holders. I don't know why, because there's only 1 seat up here. I don't know why there are 4 cup holders, but there are. And then you have a little control module down here. This is gonna control all of your safety lights, the stop sign if it still had it, the opening and closing of the door, which is super, super fun to play with, and that sort of stuff. It also has, hello diesel brother, it also has probably the world's largest sun visor ever. I mean, this thing is just freaking long. The seat that I'm actually sitting in right now is actually super, super comfy. I understand why, because it's needed for long trips, but man, I could do long trips in this seat. I wouldn't complain too much. How are the seats on long trips, Caleb?
Better than most. They still do get uncomfortable eventually.
Well, everything gets uncomfortable eventually,
Exactly.
like my relationship. Above me is a rear view mirror, which would probably be more helpful for, you know, a bus full of kids, but all I see right now is Caleb eating a burger.
Very good one.
A very good one, he says. Portillo's. If you're in the Midwest, you gotta go to Portillo's. But I can't really see. I can see a stop sign, but that's about it. There's kind of a bed in the way. Speaking of which, let's get in back. I'll let Caleb drive, and let's talk about the actual camper portion of this bus. So now we're in the back of the bus. This is the actual camper part of the bus, and I'll give you a little tour. So right now I'm sitting at a table that can be folded into a couch. So as you can see, I'm sitting right here. You can have your breakfast, you can have lunch, dinner, whatever, do some work at the table, which I think is really cool. The GoPro, which I'm filming with, is set up on top of a kitchen counter. Let me grab the GoPro, give you a little, oh my God, I'm falling. So Caleb's driving. Thank you, Caleb. So we got some kitchen counters right here, some drawers. Let's see here. It looks like some Honey Nut Cheerios and peanut butter that looks... Dude, it's a liquid. Full-size bed with a little secondary bed up top. So, like I said, Caleb did all of this work. There are little drawers down here underneath the bed and a little table with some outlets. The outlets aren't currently hooked up, but eventually they will be. Just a little place to do some work, do homework, anything you need on the road. Just a little end table, which is super nice to have. Little curtains for privacy, as well as speakers in the ceiling. This is probably my favorite part, is the map up front that shows everywhere Caleb has taken the bus so far. It's gone all the way down to Florida and back, a little over to Iowa, Wisconsin, all that sort of stuff. Oh, bus gang! Bus gang! What's up, fellow bus? But the really nice thing about this bed is on road trips, because I have accompanied Caleb on a couple road trips, and it's so comfy to just lay down and just chill out. And it's also weird because you could stare out at the world, which is really odd because you're laying in a bed, but you're moving on the highway. So really, the point of making one of these, there's a couple different reasons. First of all, like I said earlier, he bought the bus itself for $5,500, and to renovate it wasn't much more expensive. So if you want a cheap camper, this is the way to go. But also, you get to build and design your own camper. I mean, yeah, people paint their rooms, they decorate their rooms, but how often do you actually get to design where everything goes? You get to design everything when you build a bus. And the third thing is it's just a sense of pride. I mean, Caleb actually built this bus. It's a sense of pride. He built it on his own. He learned how to do everything along the way. And I think that's just so special, is that not only that he built it, but now he's taken it multiple different places. He's made memories in something that he's built. And I have a project car of my own. I have my RX-7. And I built that car, and I've made memories in that, and that's awesome. But with the RX-7, I can't really share that experience. I don't really let people drive my car just because I'm worried about it. I don't really drive it that many far places. But in this, you can have a whole group of your friends in the back. You can bring a bunch of people along. A bunch of people get to share that experience. And I think that's probably the coolest part of this bus, is that it's a shared experience. It's a shared vehicle. It's not just something that you get to personally enjoy. Everyone you know can enjoy it as well. So if you have the opportunity in life to build something like this, as the wind sort of just took the bus, it's so big. But if you have the chance to build something like this, or to do something like this, I would highly, highly suggest doing so, because it's rewarding and you get a home on wheels. You get a home away from home, and I think that's a really cool thing. It's been a lot of fun. I've been fortunate enough to go with Caleb on a couple trips. It's super fun to have a place to chill out in somewhere foreign. You're away from home, but you still have a chunk of home when you're out and about. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys learned something about the 2006 bus that has been converted into a camper. If you want to read more of my thoughts, head on over to carmarshall.com/overdrive. But again, hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys. Oh, remember those old skate videos from like the Tony Hawk days?
Not really.
They had like fisheye lenses and
Oh yeah,
stuff.
kind of.
Ready?
That's not a bunny hop.
My feet are too big. Keep it fresh, keep the struggle.
There goes a sight from my soul.